Welcome to the channel, my dudes, and today we have a new how-to Crucible video. This video is going over a weapon that I have become very fond of as of late. Frontier Justice is the name of that weapon, and it is a kinetic scout. Forged in the Hake fires, this masterpiece was created, and I'm gonna show you its potential. This is the first scout I am doing, and the SMG classifications weren't really going to work for scouts, so I picked some new ones to review this weapon. They are effectiveness, perks, long range, short range, and overall rating, totaling to a maximum of 50 points. Each section has a max of 10 points, and the lowest score is a 1. Let's begin with an overview of how I felt with this gun before I get into stats. I generally loved this weapon. I did so well with this weapon that I almost felt like a god. There were situations that I thought I was totally dead and I came out on top. So my opinion on this weapon is it is good, and here's why. First on the list is perks. I want to go deeper into perks than I have before, so as a viewer you can understand fully how a perk affects the gun. The first perk is the intrinsic perk, and that is high impact frame. It means the gun fires slow, but it does a lot of damage. It also means that if you stand in one spot, you become more accurate. This is a good perk for this specific weapon because you're going to be playing slower with it anyway. It's a scout. Range is the game. The sights are GA Post and SC Hollow. The first one, in my opinion, is the best sight in the game for any weapon. It is a red dot without a top frame that makes it easier to follow targets if they go upwards. It also is easy to see around your sight in case you need to make a target change quickly. I like it mainly because it's really thin, and it's structured, but it's thin. So it's got some sort of structure in it, and it's a really small red dot, but I can see all around it. That's basically why I like it, my opinion. The SC Hollow is a good sight if you like mid-zoom on scouts, but the reticle is a little bit too big for me, and I preferred the other one most of the time. The next two perks are Alloy Magazine and Tactical Mag. Tactical Mag is 100% better in most guns I have used, because it increases reload speed, stability, and magazine size. This is about the best magazine perk I have seen on scouts just because of the advantages. The last perk is Zen Moment. Now, this perk makes the gun more stable when you damage an enemy. This perk works with the intrinsic perk in a way that makes this gun super accurate and makes it super easy to hit headshots for massive damage. Now, for our rating, these perks are a very good set, and they work well with the gun. I'm going to give perks an 8 because the perks are great, but there isn't that X Factor perk I'm looking for. Moving on to long range. This gun, first of all, is slower and is suited for longer range engagements. This gun, honestly, is absolutely perfect from long range. Most of my gunfights were from long range, and when you see the effectiveness, you'll understand how good it is. 52 hit points from this gun make it a 4-shot headshot that fires at a perfect speed with ungodly accuracy. The long range rating is a 10. It surpassed all my criteria for the long range, and I had so much fun on the long streets annihilating people. It is awesome. But now for short range. This gun, like I said, is slow, but short range against people with auto rifles was not something that I survived most of the time. But it hits hard, so if you have the accuracy of an aimbot, you will win. But that being said, it was hard to move it to the enemy's body up close because it is slow, so I'm giving it a 6 at short range, because while doable to kill an enemy, it was not very easy. Next, I'm moving on to effectiveness, the math section that shows how well I did with the weapon. In a total of 20 matches, I got into 442 gunfights. I found this by adding kills and assists and deaths. Now, out of these 442 gunfights, I got 304 kills and 138 deaths. To find effectiveness, we need to divide 304 by 442 to determine how successful I was when I was fighting people. Then we need to multiply that number by 100 to get a percent. And that number is 68.78%. Yeah, I thought this was going to be higher. I had an overall KD of 2.2, but out of all my gunfights, I was only successful 68% of the time. So effectiveness will be a 6.8 because the 68%. Now for our overall rating, let's add up all 4 ratings we have gotten so far. 8 from perks, 10 from long range, 6 from short range, and 6.8 from effectiveness. And we divide all of that by 4, we get 7.7 as our overall rating. Now our score out of 50 is 38.6. Now let's head to our rankings. So for being the first scout rifle, it does take the top spot in its category. But for Destiny 2 as a whole, for right now, it takes the #1 spot, surpassing both submachine guns I have done before, the Showrunner and Out of Options. I feel like this gun will be high in the rankings by the end of by the end of all the guns, but what do you think? A Lord weapon? Or a meh? Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are enjoying this kind of gun series that I'm doing. I'm definitely working to improve it as we go along, fixing a lot of stuff as I make scripts and try to do the weapons here. I try to make sure that all the things that I'm doing are kind of making sense. You know, I'm you know, making improvements, doing the best thing that I can. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit a like button, and if you'd like to see more, hit a subscribe button, and I'll see you later.